Okay, to where to start. All right, earlier I watched a video by a prominent player. I'm not going to drop any names. And I was really fascinated by what it was he was talking about. And he discussed a key change that he chose to reimagine what the change means. And I was excited. I was happy about it. I was so happy to see a cool video like this come up, you know. And in my excitement, I posted about it. You know, it was kind of an A7 to a D7 move, actually D9. Point is that's a momentary key change because there's only one 7 chord in a key. And there's a reason for that. We're going to get into that. But this being my first, let's call it YouTube video of instruction or information or whatever you want to call it. I'm not going to go into big production value, at least not at this point. I have the capability, just wanted to get this out there and kind of see how this will work. Because part of the challenge was there was an individual that just came in and excoriated me for explaining that a blues progression is really 3/5 chords. You know, you got, in this case, A7, D7, and E7. Well, in distance from A to D, that's a 4th interval, so they call that the 4 chord, but that's not really how the chord functions. And then when you go to the E7, or 9 if you want, you know, that's a 5th degree away from, interval distance away from the root of the chord, which people say blues in A, and it's a shortcut for knowing where the root of the first chord is. But it's not a 1, 4, 5 in blues. It's 5, then a 5 chord, and another 5 chord. And therefore you have 3 different key centers. So if you were to play, or I'll demonstrate, if you play through these 3 keys, you could hear where the chords are changing without playing them. So for example, you can hear the chords changing underneath the notes. Personally, I spent a little bit of time trying to figure out how to play through these changes and understanding the major scale. And again, in my excitement, I wanted to share it. And these guys grilled me because I understand the harmony behind this. And I don't think that's the coolest thing to do. And I'm not sure why people get caught up in that. But it doesn't really matter. What does matter is if you can convey these things in a way and somebody can get something from it. I mean, if you've ever, you know, had to learn tunes for a gig real quick, and you got to save time. You go to YouTube and you hope you can find somebody who knows how to play the thing. I find for the most part that you can get a start, and it'll save you some time. But in the grand scheme of things, you have to go through it and really hear what's going on. And sometimes your ear can be fooled by things that it hears, and you may wind up playing it wrong. These things happen. But I want to emphasize that understanding harmony at any level is it's not a bad thing. So for those who say, well, you know, the theory doesn't matter, it doesn't have to matter. And nobody's really thinking about theory as they're soloing through things unless they're looking for ideas and they've run out of them. You take a jam track, you play over it for 4 solid minutes improvising, and you're going to run out of ideas. So you start thinking of different things, and theory does come to play there, but the headroom on the freedom of playing starts to disappear. So anyways, I don't want to make too long of an issue of this, but I have decided that I'm going to share what it is that I know, and if it helps somebody, great. I don't have a monetary motivation to do this. I don't sell books. I don't sell products. You know, I do other things for my daytime job. I play music because I love it, good or bad, whether somebody likes it or they hate it. You know, if they hate me, you know, whatever, it doesn't matter. But if I can share some of this stuff, and I've been wanting to do it for a while, I'm going to do it. And yesterday I commented very excitedly about how some of these things work. And basically, you know, 1 or 2 cats came after me to tell me that thinking about harmony is like not good. Like there's a segment of people that don't want any part of this kind of stuff. All right, fair enough. But I'm going to share it anyway. So with that, see, man, stay tuned, and we'll have more YouTube videos, hopefully.